Alright, so this video is regarding using the area of a triangle formula where you're using sine. So you're not given a height, but you're given an angle included between two given sides. And we're using it for an example where you've got a large angle. Now, this might get confusing because you're kind of like, well, this doesn't make much sense to me. No worries, I'm going to clarify everything. It's going to make sense, and hopefully by the end of this, you know how to solve this with a lot of ease. So first of all, let's look at what we've got. So we've got theta here. We've got two given sides, which is important. So our A and B, doesn't matter which side you label. Our area formula is equal to half times B times A times sine theta, which we've been able to write as AB sine theta over 2. Okay, so let's use this. So I've got 145 here. I'm going to write in A is equal to half times 5, which is our side A, times by 4, which is our side B, times by sine 145 degrees there. So all we got to do now is simplify it. So I'm going to put that into my calculator really quick. So assuming that you've got a calculator on hand, you can quickly do this too. I'm putting it into my calculator and you should get a value of 5.74. And we've got to make sure we put our units in. So in this case it's centimeters. So putting centimeters squared because it's an area question. A few people might be wondering, okay, so it doesn't make sense. When we worked out our formula, let's go back to the very beginning, right? I had a triangle where my theta was less than 90. So that was quite easy for us to kind of work out this section here. And you might be a bit confused, but how can you get the height when you can't really see the height in that question? So for this question here, you can't really see the height. Our height is actually outside of our triangle, is this side here. Okay, so I'm going to erase everything just to kind of clarify where everything comes from. So it's always really important to know where everything comes from, because that way, if you're given a question, you kind of break it down and make it easier for yourself. So that's what I'm going to do. Okay, so I'm going to get rid of a few things just to clear up our section. Okay, so we're given a triangle where we've given a large angle and we've got a height, and you want to kind of understand why the sine 145 still works, because we aren't really given a clear height. So in this question here, I've gonna find out how am I gonna write h in terms of sine. So we're kind of going back to that very first video that we talked about regarding how to derive the formula. So let's do that. So this angle here is kind of what we're looking at. So this is our right angle triangle, and we're going to try to find what that is. So this is equivalent to 180. So this is a straight line. 180 take 145. That's going to give us what's that leftover angle. So you should know that that's 35 degrees, or you put it to your calculator if you're not very good at mental maths. But however, you should probably know that and be able to do it without a calculator. So you're 35 degrees. So let's write this down. So let's say we're given this A, or this angle, this side here. So we're given that. So let's write it down. So this is our opposite. This is my hypotenuse. So we're still using sine. So sine theta is equal to opposite over hypotenuse. Sine theta, so this is our theta here. Our theta in this case is 35 degrees is equal to opposite. Oh, sorry. Let's actually fill in opposite, shall we? Our opposite in this case is h divided by our A. We want it in terms of h, so we're going to multiply by A on both sides. And I'm going to get h is equal to A sine 35. Now, you're probably thinking, no, that's not right, because we actually put our angle of 145 in. That doesn't make sense. We didn't do our area like this. We didn't write it as 5 times 4 times by sine 35. We didn't do that. We did 145. So how come that works? Well. Let's think. We did a funny little thing previously on this. Oops. They write incorrectly, perhaps. we came up with this formula in our unit circle videos. So if you're looking at, if you're interested in how I got this formula, check out one of the unit circle videos. I'll probably have a link somewhere. So this is something that we've worked out previously. So we can say that sine 145, where A is an angle that's bigger than 90, smaller than 180, so 145 lies perfectly within those criteria, is equal to sine 180 take 145, which equals sine 35. So we can say that they're equal. So whether or not I use sine 35 or whether or not I use sine 145, I can still get the same value. Check it yourself. Put into your calculator, put in sine 35, put in sine 145 and see what you get. Those values should be the same because according to this lovely rule here, they are equal. So that's the end for this video here. I'm going to do a few videos regarding how to rearrange the area formula. It's really important to know how to rearrange. So if you're curious on how to do that and you're not too sure about how to do it, check out those videos. Thanks, guys.